Hello, this is Mr. Wineowine. Today I'm going to talk about Pinot Noir and review a few bottles. Pinot Noir is probably the most popular light-bodied red wine. Generally, it has some cherry and raspberry aromas, and with its low tannins and medium plus acidity, it is a great pairing for fish, light meat, and even vegetarian dishes. In fact, it is also often the best compromise if you want to share a bottle, but your partner is having a filet mignon while you're enjoying some seafood. Like most wines, Pinot Noir varies quite a lot depending on where it grows and how it is made. Because it is an early ripening grape, it is usually the first choice of red grape in cool regions like Burgundy, Oregon, or in Germany, where it's called Spätburgunder. While traditionally most of the Pinot Noirs are refreshing wines with low tannin and a good acidity, like I mentioned, some producers try to make stronger styles by aging the wine extensively in barrels, for example, or by fermenting the grapes with the stems to add some tannins. And Pinot Noir grown in warmer regions, like in California, Australia, or Chile, will also be bolder with intense fruit aromas and higher alcohol as a result of over-ripening this sensitive grape. So I actually have 4 different Pinot Noir today that I'm going to compare. I have the Louis Jadot 2016, so this Pinot Noir is from Burgundy, and as it's written here, it has 12.5% of alcohol. So it's a pretty light style. It has been aged 9 months in French oak. Then I will have the Mohua, which is from Central Otago in New Zealand. So this Pinot Noir has also been aged in some French oak, but for 12 months. And as we can see here, it's 13.5% of alcohol, so a little bit higher. Then I have also one from Oregon, of course, which is supposed to be the American Burgundy Pinot Noir. They try to make a very similar style. They also age it 9 months in French oak. But the difference is because of the weather, which is slightly warmer. We have a Pinot Noir which is 13.9% of alcohol. And then we have this Pinot Noir from California, Old Train Depot. Completely different style. It's not aged in oak, but it has 14.15% of alcohol, which is quite a lot for Pinot Noir. So we definitely can expect something more powerful, probably good to pair with some red meats. So I'm going to try all of them and give you, I would say, the difference that you can find in the different countries and regions that produce Pinot Noir in the world. Alright, I'm going to pour these Pinot Noirs. The best way to enjoy them, if you have, is a Burgundy style wine glass, about this size. The reason is because of the shape. It will enhance the flavors of light, aromatics and fruity wines like a Pinot Noir. But I don't have enough of this type of glass, so I'm just going to use some other glass. So I'm going to use my Coravin. I've used it in my previous videos. The reason is when you don't drink the full bottle of wine and when you just want a small tasting and you want to keep probably the bottle for a few weeks or few months, it actually keeps the wine from oxidizing, which is essential if you want to have the same taste a month after. Alright, so here we are. This is my 4 different Pinot Noirs. I'm going to start by showing you the difference in the colors, and then I'm going to start to try them from the lightest to the strongest, so considering the alcohol level. So you can see right here, all of them have a pretty light color, more I would say on the ruby, except probably this one from Oregon, which is almost purple, and it's deeper in the color. The one from New Zealand it's quite, I would say, concentrated on the color as well, maybe not as much, but those are like very light and you can like easily see through. I'm starting with the Louis Jadot. I don't know if you can see here, but it has some nice like thin legs. On the aromas, I get some kind of bruised cherries and raspberries. I really get like this like freshness of the fruits, a nice like floral and earthy like aromas as well. Get some minerality and mushrooms, and taste-wise, it's very light, it's bright, has a good acidity. You get some complexity like with all those different like flavors, and it lasts actually pretty long. I would say like, yeah, over 10 seconds, so it lasts pretty long. It's a nice wine. Probably a great pairing for like salmon or light meat like grilled chicken, for example. Let's try this one. I don't see really any legs. I mean, there are some, but like extremely thin. On the aromas, this one is much more fruits forward. Like it has a little bit like darker fruits. I would say like blackcurrant, dark cherries, you know, like very ripe fruits. And I also get like a little like smokiness, like little bit of spices. Let's try it. I definitely get this sweet and spicy kind of taste. It's really nice. It has a little bit more like body than the first one. The first one was definitely like lighter. So I would say you can probably pair this one with like stronger fish, like for example swordfish, as well as again pretty much any kind of light meat. So those are pretty similar. Difference is more like minerality, earthiness on this one, more fruits and more like spices on this one. From the one from Oregon Willamette Valley, you got a really nice deep color, almost purple on the edge, some nice legs, and on the aromas this one is much more like powerful. I would say it's pretty similar to the one from New Zealand actually. I would say on the nose it's closer from the one from New Zealand than the one from France, because I really get like this kind of dark cherries and blackcurrant as well. And I get also like a lot of like mushrooms, earthiness, like forest floor. And as the alcohol level grows, you get also more like body in it. The more alcohol you find in a Pinot Noir, probably gonna be the best to pair with like red meat. Even if technically it's not the best pairing for like let's say a ribeye or even like a filet mignon. Like I said earlier, it's still like a pretty good compromise. So if you're having, let's say, salmon and ribeye, you probably want to go for a Pinot Noir a little bit more like strong and bold than actually if you're having like some chicken and some, for example, cod. In that case, you want a little bit more acidity, so you want to go more like from the one from Burgundy. I personally like a lot Pinot Noirs from Oregon. And the last one from California. This one has very like heavy like tears going very slowly down. On the aroma you really get like a lot of spices, chocolate, a lot of like, you know, very like ripe berries, like almost like jammy. Let's try it. So this one is a complete different style of Pinot Noir. You can't even compare it to the other ones. Like they all had something like similar, but this one, except the fact that it's very like the color is very like light and you can see through. That's probably the only thing that is like bring it like close to like a Pinot Noir. Otherwise, you really get like this musky like flavors and aromas. This is something that I will probably pair it with like venison, you know, like a gamey meat, which is pretty like surprising for Pinot Noir, because usually Pinot Noir are not supposed to be that strong. But again, that's the reason why I said earlier, if you grow this grape, which is ripening like very fast, if you grow it like in the warm regions, you're gonna end up with a wine like with intense aromas. This could have like even more body than like a Merlot, you know. So I'm not so sure about the pairing with a fish for this one. Except if you have something which is like very seasoned, maybe, that could maybe do it. Anyway, I don't know what is your favorite Pinot Noir. You can let me know in the comments. I always appreciate discovering some new wines. And if you like the video, give me a thumb up. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. And I see you in the next video. Thank you very much for watching, and santé!